one person doing the lurking. Now this map is very defender sided because you can you don't really need to hold mid. Sometimes teams don't hold mid, sometimes teams do, and it will ultimately boil down to what mid control are we looking at for both sides. TSM will start off on the defense and they'll be looking at a 2-3 split on the B site and the A site respectively.
Triple duelist once again coming out for TSM. Bit of a similar composition from Faze as we've seen before. Looks like they're gonna try to work their way in through tree room. Man, I really like that from Baby Bay. He's just holding W, right? He got paranoid, dashes over the door to ensure that nobody catches him, and manages to get into the belly of the beast. Marv is able to take care of Faze early on as well. Now TSM is starting to show up. Subrosa from up in heaven. Wardell gets in on the action as well. The pancake goes just a bit wide as Baby Bay takes care of Subrosa.
Paranoia as well to stop the tree room push, and now it's down to 3 members of TSM here. Baby Bay just being a nuisance. Jumping up classic. Jumping up classic. That's how you deal with the heaven push as the attack on the first pistol. Now they're going to start to come through. Marv playing from distance through the archways, but TSM are really going to struggle to push in. Cutler finds one, but they need to find a couple of more as time is ticking. Cutler, last man standing, can't get the job done, and FaZe Clan clean up the pistol.
If that was an indicator of how FaZe is going to want to play the rest of this half, it's going to be spicy. Again, they just hesitate, wait to see what utility is used. They went aggressively, they went fast, and it worked. TSM on the defending side here, not choosing to force up, as has been the case really for the entire series. I don't think either team has done that at all, but much like the last round, this time it's not with the spike in tow, but FaZe is going in aggressively here.
Yeah, and they're causing a lot of ruckus as well, hoping that TSM members rotate off towards that A side. But so far, Cutler actually holds the line, and so they can hold the rest of this year as well. Marv with the flank. Oh, the shots give him away, and so TSM back out. Mid control is in the favor of FaZe, but TSM have the man advantage.
Yeah, but Raucus still has the spike back by A, right? There's no real easy way to make this work. FaZe is just kind of waiting to see if they can take care of the last 2 members of TSM before committing to the site. But no, Subrosa. Talk about holding the line. First it was Cutler, now it's Subrosa. Zachary's able to trade it out, but Subrosa gets another one as well. It's just down. Oh, it's just down to Raucus. And again, he was sitting with the spike back towards A the entire time. Didn't know where he wanted to go. Now he's left alone.
Subrosa's going to find an upgrade as well. If this is where Raucus ends up, Subrosa's ready. 74 HP. Raucus going to
30 seconds left.
Once again, find himself flanking around, trying to find whatever ground he thinks hasn't been covered by TSM. He's going to be working through the garden. Here's the reload from Wardell. Wardell spots him though, and he misses the shot. Now guess who's coming in from the opposite side? It's Cutler. He's going to have eyes on the site. Doors closed.
10
Shots
seconds
onto
left.
Wardell. Oh, he's in hell. This is perfect. Now that the spike is starting to be planted, here's one coming through. Cutler, and it's a thrifty round for TSM. They hold the line in the initial A push with Cutler's heroics, and then Drone and Subrosa will stop the B hit as well. So FaZe spreading themselves a little too thin, and FaZe and TSM rather find some favorable fights across the map.
It was just really patient. Is the word that keeps coming to mind from FaZe there, and maybe a bit too patient, right? Like, they had 2 members on site over on B, and ultimately they dropped, but you kind of question, had Raucus been there, had there been a 3rd gun at the fold, what could have happened? But TSM hold fast, they're able to take care of business and knot us up at 1 apiece here in the 3rd round. Not hot and heavy from FaZe, not blind aggression into a site, far more calculated. They've got 3 over on A, and they've worked their way up mid. They have some control there.
Sprays through the smokes. You also have to understand that this is the eco. If Baby Bay gets into a smoke, Wardell's going to get up close and personal, takes him down with the Bulldog, repositions, closes the door.
Blocking sight.
And once again, the push from FaZe Clan does not work out. We've got Marv coming in all the way up through the defender spawn. He's going to meet and lock eyes with Drone, who will back away as well. The rest of the team up in the middle here for FaZe.
Clean.
There's Cutler wrapping around to help Drone with that angle. Now the rest of FaZe will work up through the middle. I mean, this is not a round that we tend to expect FaZe Clan to come out on top, specifically since TSM won that eco. But being down 2 and TSM at 5 definitely decreases those odds.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, considerably, really. FaZe don't have a ton of options. They work their way through tree, find out the door's closed as well. They're just kind of guessing at this point. And the problem is, it's not like they have a ton of time to work with either. If there are heroics that are going to happen, it's going to be on the ace side. But Wardell's Bulldog continues to bite. Cutler gets in on it as well. As Zachary falls, TSM is going to take a 1-round lead. And you mentioned earlier, you know, you didn't really expect this to go FaZe's way, but TSM's defense was really impressive that round.
This will be the true test. They've managed to balloon a huge economy. And every time they're in this position, Wardell always buys an op. Every single time without fail. Of course, this kind of third round gun round is a little bit pushed further back, considering TSM answered the eco. But he always buys the op on the third round. He's poised towards that A main side. So this is going to be a little bit tough for FaZe. We'll see if they identify it. Baby Bay also has the op there as well, but they'll pull back as the recon bolt. Cutler spots them out, or spots at least a couple of members out, and FaZe Clan will turn their attention towards this tree room.
Yeah, it kind of forces him to think twice about it. Raucus with the drone gets some info over a couple of members of TSMR. They're going to smoke out that tree room door that we saw earlier, but they're not going that way. In fact, it's just a bit of noise that's being caused as you see them work their way towards B. There's some mid presence around Catwalk, but FaZe have also invested members over towards the site. Subrosa with the Sheriff. My gosh, Subrosa with the Sheriff. Holy Toledo.
Subrosa. Holy smokes. Crispy shot. Subrosa. You've got a Sheriff. I mean, you've got a Spectre, and you're using the Sheriff. These 1-deeks are crispy clean. As it's down to 2 members of FaZe on the gun round. Marv, alongside Corey, will be pushing in through the market and B main respectively.
30 seconds
Drone
left.
will be backside. Cutler's about to find Marv as he's up on the ledge there. Now he's going to be looking for safety. Wardell's going to be coming in from the heaven side, but
oh wow,
Marv just barely, narrowly misses that.
Goes in, drops the paranoia as Marv just looking for what he can find. Yeah, that's certainly going to hurt Drone. You'll feel that in the morning. You see the smokes coming out as Corey's going to plant right in that. But the 103 from Cutler. The spike does go down, and he's not going to get a kill. FaZe have a shot at this here, Simo.
V2. Marv not working backside. You think he's going to be patiently waiting, but guess who's got the angle? It's Wardell. Down to Corey. Shock dart. Not going to tag him out. He's got to mow them all down, but when Wardell's staring you down through the amplified scope, you're going to feel the pain. TSM now up by 3. Looking to who give that ult point to. But man, it was really just Subrosa. Like, that is, like, in one word or less, that whole round was just Subrosa.
It was just so crispy. And then he was able to get the third as well. Just really not giving FaZe very many options, not a ton of room to work with. But FaZe, again here, I mean, I guess one of the things to consider is now they're going to have sheriffs of their own. They're going to have an opportunity to do something just as spicy. But the truth is, conventional wisdom suggests that they're in a difficult spot. Marv is 1 point away, as is Zachary.
Get out of my way!
From the ults. And you hear the Blade Storm has been used. TSM, once again, comfortable giving up some of this mid control, seeing what FaZe want to do with it. They haven't really worked their way up mid through market or back into spawns or anything like that. It's been primarily A. And, I mean, it hasn't worked out a ton.
FaZe have been controlling that orb on the A main side almost every single round, and that's really how Baby Bay has been getting this ultimate. But look at this. I see this a lot from Cloud9. They push up through the defender spawn, and they're going to wrap around to the side that they want. They smoke off that angle. So they know that there's something going on. They'll paranoia Drone, who has no idea they're coming in from behind. But Drone, he stops it. There's the Owl Drone that comes through. There's still more. Oh my goodness, he takes them all. There's 2 more members from FaZe remaining. But the spike's in a tough spot. Raucus with the Sheriff will find and trade Drone out. The craziness from FaZe almost works out in their favor. Now Cutler's in a little bit of a tougher spot. It's all down to Raucus and Zachary, and TSM will take them down. What a crazy creative round from FaZe, but still TSM with drone, they hold on.
Yikes. Man, that almost hurts worse to look at the second time. You even see Baby Bay in the chat. That did not feel good. And the thing is, as you said, it was a very creative look, and they had all the pieces that they wanted. They managed to get all the way through the middle of the map back into the defending spawn. And then there was that paranoia in conjunction with Baby Bay flying across towards that area of the map. He had the blade storm, he had a chance, just wasn't able to deliver. Wardell, the operator, Baby Bay continuing to struggle. Wardell gets the best of him there. TSM have the personnel advantage.
It's a good early start as well, knowing that that orb is a little bit easier for the attack to control, but they're going to find one on the opposite side as TSM have pulled off this B side. They want to fight for this mid control, and they find Marv. We've seen some creative plays from TSM to look for this mid control, and this is the first round we've seen it come to fruition as 3 members of FaZe Clan are potentially looking for this B side hit with drone looking on the opposite side.
There's just a ton of market presence. And there's presence back in spawn too. They don't, I mean, they have some cages to work with and a leer, but it's not like they have smokes to keep things at bay. They just have to play this very quietly, very slowly, and very carefully. They have 3 ultimates to work with, so they can add a little wrinkle to the fold. Oh, man.
Oh,
Raucus.
wow.
Yeah, but how long is he going to wait? He's got to be careful because if drone swings, it's a problem. 1, 2, tee him up, line him up, and knock him down. Raucus gets 2 big picks there.
30 seconds left.
Crazy play. A beautiful play from Raucus. He crab walks underneath the ledge.
Joke's over! You're dead!
And of course, the camera is Zachary's. That's the running back. Guess who's posted up there? It's Corey. Op shot's going to take down the cloner. Now it's a 3v3 retake. This is going to be a little tough. And of course, the Empress has been popped. Bonus tag, Wardell's coming in from the opposite side, and he has the Blade Storm, so he wants to move in fast and move in heavy, but the shot on the dome will seal his fate. Now drone pushes in, Shotgun will stop him. That's another player down. It's a 2v2, make it a 2v1, as it's all down to Haze. There's a player backside and one behind the double box. Shot's gonna be good onto one. One more player. He knows where he is. Ring around the rosies. What's going to be the name of the game? But he sees those toes. He sees those heads. He sees those shots. Haze will clutch things out for TSM, and they will lead by 4.
Clutch.
1.72 seconds on the clock. Hazed again. I feel like there have been so many times, Simo, that we've called Haze doing stuff like that, but it really was for them to find themselves in that situation. It was all on the back of Raucus. He had 4 on the round, had a chance for the ace, and it all opened up with those 2 picks early on, just outside of the B site. But at the end, it was Haze, ice in his veins, able to pull that off. That was absolutely filthy. FaZe had a chance there to make something happen, weren't able to execute. Now they're back onto the pistols here on the attacking side. It's been tough sledding for them.
Yeah, they want to push Wardell off this angle. Oh, but is he going to anticipate it being close? He's got to back away. Oh, yep, there's a player. Sabrosa will stop the B main play while the rest of FaZe will start to funnel in as it's an A rush onto the site. They've got a lot of control. Wardell and Cutler just trying to survive and hold on for as long as they can. So far, only Haze has fallen as Raucus finds a pick on Sabrosa trying to lurk play of his own. It's a 3v3 on the eco for FaZe, and already it's starting to pay off.
Yeah, man, that's brutal for FaZe. Or for FaZe as Marved, excuse me, is taken out. Now the spike is going to start to show up its way over towards A, but they've lost so much at this point. It's not like it's going to be an easy task. There's not going to be any real easy way in, regardless of how you want to slice up and dice up the site. Corey drops as well. It's just Raucus with 30 health left. Make that 4. He is able to take care of Wardell, but Cutler gets a 3K with the classic. There at the end, TSM continue to balloon the lead.
I still liked what was happening on the opposite side of the map. Sabrosa finds a player looking for an orb. A little too confident. You know, it's the eco. Might as well try. See what happens. Then Raucus shows up as well and takes out Sabrosa. So still, the damage has been done by FaZe. Look at the economy. Cutler's at 8,300. Has there really been damage done? Yeah, Drone's feeling the pain, but a lot of players can buy for him. And Wardell at 7,700 still has the op. But let's look at this round. FaZe Clan looking towards the B site. No mid presence this time around. See what Sabrosa and Drone have cooked up. with this orb control from Faze Clan on the B side.
Oh, I like this out of Baby Bay. They managed to work their way around through the cages, through the smokes. Now the drone is going to be there at the tip of the spear as they try to work their way on. But who else but Drone waiting on the other side. He's got the curveball. Oh man, Baby Bay's going to get pushed back. I like that smoke, but the Roomba's there too. He just has no choice. There's just utility everywhere. Baby Bay drops. Zachary does as well. Faze just down to 3.
And Hayes teleports back site, trying to help them, trying to support them, and of course they respect the showstopper as well. But Sabrosa's looking to get active, and he goes, but unfortunately it's going to run dry. We already see Corey working up the middle while Faze Clan are still here. They're still around this B lobby area. That's gonna be the first peek from Marv. That spike down, TSM can play around this.
Yeah, this just got so much harder for Faze having dropped that spike there. Corey able to get one. Oh, Rockus gets in on it as well. Drop things down through 3v2, still in favor
30
of TSM.
seconds left.
Corey looking for more, checking those corners. Spots one, realizes there's a second one there, so they have some info on where members of TSM are. It's gonna give them a little bit more room to work with. Corey repositioning, not able to get the best of Drone. Clean shots onto him. Rockus left alone with 13 seconds left.
And with that spike being planted, you see Wardell, he tries to go up through the window. Those bars aren't gonna hold him. The recon bolt will tag Rockus. Now TSM will lead by 6. A heavy start here for Faze Clan, likely down to potentially another eco. But honestly, it was just a solid B-side hold, and Sabrosa using a lot of that utility, drone swinging out from the smoke behind the boathouse, really gave a lot of great opportunities to deny this heavy push. And then Sabrosa's just sitting in B main as well to stop the spike from moving forward.
And again, Baby Bay had a good look, right? Like, they were working their way in. They had the intel. They had the Owl drone to kind of lead the way. But the early utility from Sabrosa in the paint cans kind of forced him to reposition. And then as he comes around that first corner, there's Roomba as well. He didn't have very much room to work with. Faze have 3 ultimates to work with here. But my gosh, there's so much aggression from TSM. They can smell blood in the water.
Wardell's gonna trade one out on this A-side aggression. Baby Bay goes in. He almost loses that fight to Hayes. Down to 89. He's gonna find another, but Cutler is gonna find so much value. It's down to the 2v2. They're using the run it back to find even more as Sabrosa takes down Rockus. It's all down to Baby Bay, 80 HP with 10 armor. Has a lot of utility. Smokes out the wazoo, updraft, tailwind, blade storm. He's got the whole toolkit. And he fixed this round.
And he has time. I think it's probably the most valuable resource here because he can choose to play things out so many different ways. He can wait, see if TSM rotates off. He can go ahead and rotate off. He just has plenty to work with. Also, as you mentioned, has that blade storm in his back pocket. But so far, Baby Bay opting to wait this one out. TSM have not rotated off. And it's not like they have a ton of info. What TSM is doing is they understand they have the personnel advantage. So even if Baby Bay does bolt over and plant now, they're comfortable playing for the retake. Baby Bay stuck around. Drone was able to get the best of them. TSM have a 7-round lead.
3 rounds remain. And finally, we see that some of that economy continue to break. Faze Clan managed to get 2 gun rounds in a row. So now this is the eco. Some of these rushes on the eco have been very deadly to TSM, knocking down some of that economy ever so slightly. But it's really just that first pistol rush that was the one that was the most successful. So, Faze Clan, screw B main, screw A main. Let's look for mid control on this eco. Let's see if we can run a defender spawn split once again. See what we can find with it.
Yeah, good smokes. Early on, Baby Bay goes in with the blade storm. He's not going to find any room to work with. Torch tree goes up around the middle. Once again, doesn't spot anyone. TSM have backed off just a bit. They've given a bit of room for Faze to work with. But again, Faze here on the eco, they don't have a ton at their disposal.
You hear that, Owl drone? Sabrosa, pay attention to the flank around the B main side. He's gotten a lot of ground. Paranoia stops the tree room push temporarily, but they're actually going to push up through garden. Oh, now that that's broken, now that the smoke is down, Baby Bay just trying to get active. He's going to go up close and personal, but they still manage to stop the bleeding. It's 1 player left. Rockus down on the site. Wardell stopped the push from the tree room. The spike's up right by the window. Rockus flash, jump peek there from Wardell. Headshot. Be the fate there onto Rockus. 8 rounds in a row for TSM. And 2 rounds remain in the half. Likely 2 gun rounds left for Faze. 1, 2, somewhere around there. Not a whole lot of time left to work with.
No, not a ton at all, really. And yeah, it's just been very difficult trading. Raucus has had himself a decent map at 10-9, but by and large, the rest of the members of FaZe have struggled to light up the kill feed here. You saw them look mid. They weren't able to get much going there. They're going to have guns to work with this time around, but Wardell with the operator gets the best of Baby Bay yet again.
And this is an aggressive look of the B main hold, and he manages to get out alive with the support of Drone and Sabrosa. Whatever utility was thrown their way, they still managed to survive. In the meantime, Marv has made his way up through the middle. There's Wine Cellar and A main control. Now the Owl Drone is going to be used to scout things out here for Cutler. Doesn't see anyone in the Wine Cellar. Doesn't see anyone in A main. TSM still holding on to this B site. Marv has gotten quite deep though. Can he find some lurking frags?
Yeah, Marv has the opportunity really to be devastating here with his positioning, but he's gonna get spotted. But FaZe continue to get possibilities, right? Like they continue to get set up in a position where they may make something happen, but TSM just reads it and they stop it before it becomes a problem.
They hear that? I wonder. Zachary just trying to be as quiet as possible. FaZe
30
kind of
seconds
gotten
left.
their way onto the A side. It was after that Owl Drone that Cutler felt safe to pull back a little bit. Zachary is just trying to be a problem on the B side. Spike
planted.
Get out of my way. And Corey is now going to hold the line from the Heaven side. I don't think they're going to anticipate this. It's a 4v3 retake. Hayes is in a unique position as well. And now they'll see one jump through. It's Corey, Drone in a good spot to hold the line here as well. Now look who's Hayes. He's coming from behind. Raucus as well. And who's late to the party? It's Zachary. He needs to get here quick. As TSM are going to funnel onto the site.
No, he's got the operator, but he's going to get smoked off, and he's going to get burned at the crisp, just down to 45 health, has no choice but to go in, and he's met with the warm, welcoming arms of Hayes and his Vandal. And again, like, so FaZe have shown when they get onto the A site, they place high priority in establishing Heaven control if possible. We've seen them get there a number of different times, but TSM have managed to retake it time and time again, either directly through Heaven, right? Like they'll just push right into it, or like we saw in this last round, Hayes on the flank was able to take care of business. It's just been a very difficult half for FaZe. The game plan is there. They know what they want to do. They just haven't been able to convert. And for TSM, they've almost made it look easy.
Well, once again, we're looking at an aggressive look for TSM, and I think they may be just having a little bit of fun. They tailwind in, they take apart FaZe Clan, 1 member remains. Cutler supporting with the Hunter's Fury, 11-1. If TSM, if they close out this pistol, it can be at match point, they can be at series point. And if there's ever been a more important pistol, it's going to be this one for FaZe Clan.
And here's the thing, too, about TSM is we were talking earlier, and that's been the narrative the entire time, right? FaZe, they like to play aggressive. How does TSM respond with triple duelists, blah, 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 force against force? TSM have shown us that they're comfortable playing back and letting FaZe play aggressively into them. And they've shown comfort in playing aggressively into FaZe themselves. As we saw in that last round, it's kept FaZe in a position where they don't really know what to do because nothing is working. Now TSM on the attacking side seem to be split early on. FaZe, heavy presence towards B.
Yeah, there's 5 people there. Now off the backboard, the paint gels go through. Baby Bay gets involved. See how quickly TSM react. They see 4 there. They see a lot. Drone's going to try to hold them off for as long as he can, but now they have to go pick up the spike because it's in a tough spot for TSM. In the meantime, Wardell and company will get control of this A site. FaZe Clan have no idea there has been any action towards this attack response. So now, 3v4. FaZe Clan are not letting this spike get planted.
No, I love how much real estate they've taken off the map off of that early push through Garage. They fully established control there. They fully established control through mid, and now they get onto the A site, and they manage to pick TSM apart. You mentioned how important the gun round was. For obvious reasons, FaZe Clan able to pull it off.
Yeah, that 5-man push through B main on the pistol definitely threw TSM off. And they also responded from Faze Clan a little bit quicker to the jump than TSM. I saw some of the members arrive at A site faster than TSM members who were in the A lobby. And I understand they were just a little unsure. Once Drone saw like 4 players there, that should have been a dead giveaway. Okay, this A site's free. Let's try to get real estate early. It's just unfortunate for TSM that the spike was in a little bit of a tougher spot. Otherwise, that spike would have been down earlier. Now, let's pay attention to this round. TSM on the eco, Faze Clan on the force up. And a little bit more passive play, no 5-stack shenanigans. We'll see how TSM played this one out.
Faze on the defensive side. It's a big pick. We understand that TSM's not going to have much artillery to work with, but Zachary with the Vandal able to take care of things early on. Faze slowly gaining more of the map as well. You see him pushing through mid. They're going to be boxing in members of TSM Rockets with the 3K, the last paranoia coming in, but it doesn't matter. A flawless round there to check off another box. It's a long road, folks, to flip this map, but Faze slowly are doing what they can every single round to ensure that they get to that point.
Without fail, Wardell with the op. The rest of the team will rifle up. And we'll see how this round goes for TSM. Looking at a 5-stack to start. Maybe orb control for someone like Wardell. Get that Blade Storm for those eco rounds. The rest of TSM actually going to be looking towards the middle. Faze Clan have an angle towards B lobby and don't see much action. And they've got a camera in B main as well, so they can see a lot. They can gather a lot of information off this. Not to mention a tripwire in the middle to signify some sort of mid presence, which hasn't happened quite yet. So good smoke, stop any potential insight or information towards this A site. TSM are kind of blind at the moment.
Yeah, Faze used a drone early on to get some info down Cat, but my gosh, Drone is able to stop it anyway. They took care of the drone and they pushed into Cat anyway. And they were able to take care of members of Faze. They're just down to 2 members left. Things falling apart for Faze very quickly here.
Yeah, it's a tough round, especially with how it was played out. Despite going in blind, Drone able to quickly transition to that second kill. Now it's up to Faze Clan. Spectres in tow. Hardware less than ideal. 1 player in the tree room, 1 up in heaven. Oh, there's the paint shells. They know where Marv is. He actually escapes even with the heavy armor. Now can reposition Zachary. Oh, Molotov will stop him for now. Zachary will join him. Above. Are they looking for exits? Are they looking for diffuses? Marv with 1. Now it's a 2v3. A little bit more doable, but Wardell's posted up and knows what is cooking. He does get smoked off. And that's where Cutler is playing. Another shot's good, but the spike continues to tick. And Marv will die with those picks and with the spike. And TSM sit at match point. They sit at series point.
Match
Faze
point.
Clan have managed to make that gun round expensive.
They just ran out of time. I think there was so much utility used from TSM there with the hot hands from Drone, the paint shells from Sabrosa to really negate Faze's ability to work their way in through heaven to get onto the site and try to make something happen. TSM also had the operator down long, which was to be very clear, Marv knew that, right? You saw him smoke off the entrance onto that site, but they just weren't able to get enough going. Faze here. Again, it's been a brutal map so far, but this is it. They've got to make something happen here. TSM looking to play aggressively as they try to put the finishing touches on this. And oh my goodness, the run it back is devastating. So Rose is able to get 1 as well. Faze Clan just down to 3. Things falling apart here for Faze.
Raucus, Baby Bay, and Corey.
Spike
2 players
planted.
from Spawn, 1 player from Market. Sabros has got the angle on 1, but the shot's going to be good. Now it's a 4v3, a little bit more doable as they inch their way closer onto the site. Wardell backside, 2 players B main, but it's traded with Hayes, who's playing behind the boathouse. 1 player remains, it's Baby Bay. 1v2. Owl Drone spots him out. Wardell knows the shot's not going to connect. Now the classic. Time is ticking for Baby Bay. There goes Wardell. The shots are going to be good. Baby Bay takes him down. It's all up to Cutler. Knives go through. Spike is ticking. We hear the Jet voice line. Cutler finds 1 to jump up and down, but Cutler is buying time. There's the tailwind. Cutler! Oh my goodness, but there's no time left. TSM are not able to be taken down on ascent. They defeat Faze 13-3 and win the best of 5 at the UMG